welcome to Travel Bits. This is a show where I talk about all things travel. I pass on some travel tips, some of my experiences, and general knowledge in hopes that you find something useful. I'm your host, Bonnie Quartermanche of Bonnie's Travel, a home-based travel agency here in Seekonk. In reviewing the past shows that I've done, it's occurred to me that a lot of them regard destinations and activities outside of the United States. So to bring it back home today, I would like to share with you my list of the top 10 family fun vacation destinations in the United States. And coming in at number 10, I'm going to go work my way down to number 1. My number 10 pick is Anaheim, California. Now, Anaheim, California is, of course, home to Disneyland and has enough mouse-themed attractions to keep the kids and parents happy and smiling. In addition to the Disneyland parks, Anaheim is home to a couple more affordable theme parks, being Knott's Berry's Farm and Adventure City. And depending on if the timing is right, you can catch an LA Angels and Boston Red Sox ball game at Angels Stadium, which is right in Anaheim. Anaheim is also uniquely situated close to Hollywood and Los Angeles and all of their attractions and sites. And a short car ride away, you hit the shorelines of Long Beach, California, Laguna Beach, and Huntington Beach. So the variety of lodging in the area makes this an appealing site. To get there, you would probably take a flight right into California's LAX airport and rent a car. My number 9 pick is Williamsburg, Virginia. Now, Williamsburg, Virginia is for if you wanted to mix in a little bit of education and history into your family vacation. Williamsburg is perfect for this. The historic triangle of Jamestown, Yorktown, and colonial Williamsburg offer an in-depth look at what life was like during the Revolutionary War. Also learn more about Patrick Henry and George Washington and John Smith and Pocahontas. This year marks Williamsburg's 400th anniversary of the American Revolution and the first official English Thanksgiving in North America. The American Revolution Museum in Yorktown will host a special exhibit focusing on the stories of enslaved and free African Americans who fought on both sides of the American Revolution. In between all these history lessons, you can take a break and let loose at one of the theme parks in the area, being Water Country USA and Busch Gardens. This year, Water Country USA is debuting Virginia's first hybrid water coaster, which is a 4-person raft that will travel along an 856-foot slide through tunnels and into a massive saucer-shaped feature. Busch Gardens opens up a new swing ride called Finnegan's Flyer that will reach heights of more than 80 feet with speeds up to 45 miles per hour. Virginia Beach is about an hour's drive east and offers great stretches of beautiful beaches. It's about a 12-hour car ride from this area. I know because we have done that. We actually drove to Virginia Beach and then commuted to Williamsburg and Busch Gardens. My number 8 pick is Chicago, Illinois. Now, Chicago is America's 3rd largest city, and the Windy City offers a wealth of family fun. The attractions to see while in Chicago is the Shedd Aquarium and the Lincoln Park Zoo. It's also home to Wrigley Field, which is an iconic and old stadium similar to Boston Garden, and the Chicago Cubs. Make sure you visit Navy Pier, where you'll find two additional family-friendly attractions, being the Children's Museum and the Maggie Daley Park, where you'll find some mini golf and a playground. Chicago's signature eats are hot dogs and pizza, which are children's favorites. Chicago also has lots of skyscrapers and public art. For a bird's eye view of the city, you'd want to head to the Willis Tower Sky Deck or the John Hancock 360-degree observation deck. It's easy to spend hours at the Millennial Park and go shopping on the Miracle Mile. I had visited Chicago a few years back, and I flew into O'Hare Airport and took public transportation. I took the subway system into the city, and it was very easy to do. Number 7 pick is Honolulu on the island of Oahu in the Hawaiian Islands. Now, Honolulu offers an endless stream of fun family things to do. Of course, there's the beaches, where the beach bums can soak up the sun and build sand castles, or try one of the local surf schools like Big Waves Dave, or the Surfer Girl Academy. If you're interested in American history, you can visit the USS Arizona Memorial at the World War II Valor in the Pacific National Monument. For active families, there's lots of hiking options, including Diamond Head State Monument and the Coco Crater Trail. For true Hawaiian culture, you must do a luau. There are now nonstop direct flights out of Boston into Honolulu, which is a huge improvement from when I went probably about 25 years ago. We flew from Boston to Chicago, Chicago to San Francisco, San Francisco to Honolulu, and from there we were going on to Maui, so we took another plane from Honolulu to Maui, and then it was an hour's bus ride to our hotel. So things have changed quite a bit since then. My number 6 pick is Yosemite, which is in California. What makes Yosemite an excellent family destination? Well, this national park is a scenic superstar with thundering waterfalls in the summer and the spring, and some seriously steep granite cliffs. In Yosemite State Park, families can hike and fish and go horseback riding and raft down the scenic Merced River. It's a place to see the old sequoia trees, those really huge trees, and unique rock formations. Yosemite's most famous landmarks are the Half Dome and the El Capitan in the Yosemite Valley. Hike the Mist Trail alongside the majestic Vernal Falls, climbing 600 granite steps to the top. Yosemite attracts 4 million visitors a year, so its popularity is well known. My number 5 pick is San Diego, California. San Diego is my 3rd family fun vacation destination in California. Each destination within this state is unique in its own way, and San Diego is no different. San Diego is home to the world's best zoo and one of the few places to see the giant pandas and the world's smallest bear. Don't miss the Elephant Odyssey or the polar bears and the Arctic foxes. And the American Rocks exhibit offers baboons, leopards, and lemurs. I had the pleasure of visiting the San Diego Zoo, and my favorite part was the polar bears. This particular polar bear decided to put on a show for us, and we stood in front of there watching this polar bear jump in the water and swim around and come up to the glass. And he was just having a lot of fun. It was the most fun thing I have seen, and it's something I'll never forget. It's something I always think of every time I think of San Diego. And the one thing, we saw the giant pandas, and the one thing that I found odd when visiting them was we had to be extremely quiet. There was no talking. You had to be very quiet when you entered into their compound, but they were beautiful bears. San Diego also has 70 miles of sandy fun. You'll find Mission Beach, Coronado Beach, and La Jolla Shores. And these are the best beaches for family vacations because they offer a calm surf and mellow crowds. Visit downtown San Diego where you'll find the Gas Lamp Quarter. You'll also have SeaWorld for fun animal shows or the Safari Park for an unforgettable adventure that mimics a traditional African safari. Balboa Park offers lots of green spaces, and educational offers are the San Diego Air and Space Museum and the Fleet Science Center. So there's lots to do in San Diego. My number 4 pick is Washington, D.C. This destination is not a stuffy government-driven town. There are traditional D.C. tours that you can do, like the White House and the Washington Monument, the United States Capitol Building, and the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History, or you can take a stroll around the iconic Tidal Basin. The key to Washington's family appeal is the National Mall, which features loads of free attractions, renowned monuments, and kid-friendly museums, including the National Air and Space Museum and the National Museum of Natural History. Also, the National Zoo is home to over 1,500 animals. So everything in Washington, D.C. is titled Nationals, along with their baseball team. To keep costs down when visiting Washington, D.C., it's best to find accommodations in a nearby suburb like Arlington or Alexandria, and then commute or take public transportation into D.C. The light rail is a very easy and an economical way to travel about. My number 3 pick is the Grand Canyon. This national park is an universally admired family destination. You'll find so much to see and do here that no one can get bored. You can take a hike on trails that meet every fitness level. You can ride a mule down the North Rim. You can soak up the views from the Grand Canyon Skywalk. You can raft the Colorado River or take a ride on the Grand Canyon Railway. Measuring 277 river miles in length, 18 miles wide, and 1 mile deep. This took Mother Nature 6 million years to carve this out with the help of the Colorado River. This massive chasm is truly a natural wonder that draws almost 6 million visitors a year. It is designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You can reach the Grand Canyon either from Flagstaff or from Las Vegas. So if the Grand Canyon is a destination you're considering, you can combine a vacation. You can do part Arizona and then go into the Grand Canyon, or you can have a little fun in Las Vegas and then go to the Grand Canyon from there. My number 2 pick is New York City. New York City is home to a lot of adult entertainment and nightlife, but it's also a great place for kids. Central Park has 20 playgrounds, a seasonal ice skating rink, and an amusement park. A trip to the American Museum of Natural History will excite curious minds, while all will get excited about all the animals at the Bronx Zoo. Don't forget to visit the iconic Coney Island. See the window displays on Fifth Avenue. Check out Times Square. Go to the top of the Empire State Building. Go to the top of the Rock. The Museum of Modern Art. Visit Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty. There's just so much to do right in New York City. And New York City is nice and close for us. It's about a 3-hour drive from this area. When we've visited the city, what we normally do is we drive into Harrison, New York, and we park at the free subway parking lot and take the Metro North train right into Grand Central Station. And then we just walk all over the city. And finally, my #1 pick for the top family fun destination in the United States is, you guessed it, Orlando, Florida. So many attractions and activities. There is Walt Disney World with its timeless appeal, thrill rides, and fun performances. This year, Disney's Hollywood Studios is opening their Star Wars attraction, where you'll be able to take the controls of the Millennium Falcon and be part of the battle between the Resistance and the First Order. Also opening this year is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and the Skyliner Gondola transportation system connecting Epcot to Hollywood Studios and several of the Disney resort properties. Other additions this year include Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy show and a new fireworks show at Epcot. And if that isn't enough for theme parks, there's also Universal Orlando with its Wizarding World of Harry Potter, as well as the Discovery Cove, where you can swim with the dolphins and snorkel on a reef. SeaWorld Orlando should be another stop, and Legoland is just 30 minutes away from Orlando. Also, just 40 miles east of Orlando is my favorite place in the world, Cocoa Beach. So you can get away from the hustle and bustle of all the theme parks and relax on the beach, but you could also visit the Kennedy Space Center, and where you can be an astronaut for the day. You can rocket into the stratosphere on the Shuttle Launch Experience Flight Simulator, or take a tour of Mission Control. You could even have lunch with an astronaut. All of this fun is jam-packed into small little area of Orlando, Florida. So that's my list. What did you think? Did I hit on some good ones? I've been to a few of them. Would like to go to all of them. Actually, I'm going to Washington, D.C. In a couple weekends for a conference, but I hope I have time to take in some of the sites and attractions, because in researching for this show and just talking with other people, I guess it's quite the place to go. So if you like this show or have ideas for upcoming shows that you would like me to research, or you want to come and talk to me about one of your favorite destinations or a favorite vacation that you've been on, please contact me. You can get in touch with me here at the studio, or find me on Bonnie's Travel on Facebook. So until next time, safe and happy travels, and I'll see you later.